Okay, y'all. Excuse me. All right, we've got a little update on the electrolysis on the cylinder heads here. It looks to be going pretty good. I changed out my anode. I did have a flat bar in there. I thought that would be much more effective. I was tremendously wrong. Uh, this one is, of course, you can see it is the round uh, the rebar, sorry, and that one is looks like it's doing a much more effective job. You can see the water is pretty orange looking and everything. You can also see all the suds coming off that. I've just got baking soda and water in there. Okay, just regular old baking soda. Nothing crazy. Okay, now with that out of the way, let's see what else I'm doing. Okay, I am porting these cylinder heads. These are the heads that will be going on the 360, which is right there. So this 360 right here will be getting those cylinder heads. Those heads are milled down like I think 60 thousandths. I have checked for the intake fitment. It is right on the money. I don't see any problems there, so that is looking very good. And as you can see, I'm going in here and I am cleaning up all of this. As you can see, here's some stock looking. There's a stock exhaust, stock intake, and here is a heavily modified exhaust. And then here's a very heavily modified intake. Now, one way, there's a guy earlier. Oh, let me just go ahead and say, I've got my video camera phone set on Pro Video. So let me know how this works, okay? Let me know, tell me if this is like a big improvement, it's awful, it stinks, what have you, okay? Let me know if this is like really great or not, okay? Like I was saying though, earlier I made a video and I was talking about all the different things about being a Mopar guy and how to do it on a budget, how to do things, and that sort of thing. Earlier today, another fella by the name of his YouTube channel is 318 Will Run. He's got a video talking about a lot of the same stuff I talk about. So, I would definitely recommend going if you want to be a Mopar guy or you are a Mopar guy. You want to learn a little bit more, which is a huge thing. If you can learn a little bit more about any of this stuff, do it, man. I don't care if you're learning it from me, you're learning it from somebody else, or what have you. Definitely get out there and learn. Okay, a brain is really great when it's open, like a parachute. It works fantastic when it's open. When it's closed, it doesn't work so great. Okay? But, yeah, 318 Will Run. That's another person that does a lot of stuff. He does a lot of low buck stuff. He's like me. He doesn't have a lot of money to mess with. He may be, he's done, he's done some stuff with the cheap, I'm going to say cheap. I don't mean derogatory in any way. I guess inexpensive. The inexpensive 318 intakes coming, in 360 small block Mopar intakes coming from China that you can use with the Magnum heads, and you can put a carburetor on a Magnum engine. He's done a lot with those. He's also done a lot with the Speedmaster aluminum cylinder heads. So he's making those work out pretty good too. But head on over there and check out his channel, okay? I'm not going to leave you a link. It's just 318 Will Run. Another fella to check out. Richard Holdner. Okay? Richard Holdner. Now, he is, like I was saying earlier, he does a lot with a whole lot of engines. He does a lot of turbos, nitrous, everything. He's one of these guys, he'll go into like a pick apart, pull apart junkyard. He'll find an engine, and if it looks pretty good to him, he'll go and he'll pull it out. He'll bolt it to a dyno and see what it does. He did, of all things, he did a Chevrolet 6-cylinder here a while back. Inline Chevrolet 6-cylinder, 250 cubic inch. You know, they're a dime a dozen back in the 60s and 70s and 80s and so on. They're still pretty still pretty dirt cheap. I mean, even if you find one today, they're still probably going to be really dirt cheap. Head on over there to his channel. He's got a whole lot going on. He's always a really great guy. He does he does some live feeds from time to time too. Oh, so does 318 Will Run. So, you know, anytime I can pass along this information, whether it's information I generate or it's information I get from other people, I'm definitely going to do it. Okay, I'm all about that. Another thing is, Richard Holdner. Sorry, I'm back and forth here. Richard Holdner, he even went so far as to take like the tiny 1-barrel intake on the 256 cylinder, and I know this is going to sound crazy, but he bolted an adapter to that to bolt a 2-barrel Holley, I think a 500 CFM Holley. Basically, it looked like it was half of a Holley 4-barrel. So he bolted one of those carburetors to that engine still with the points ignition, and it made a nice little boost in power. He even bolted headers onto it. He even bolted a turbo onto it. So, the guy he's got quite a bit of experience with a whole lot of different engines. That's definitely somebody I want to listen to, and I'm going to pay attention to, because I'm always like this. People always talk about the smartest guy in the room. I think the smartest guy in the room is not necessarily the smartest guy in the room. The smartest guy in the room is the one who's finding that really smart guy, and he's listening to him. Okay, so that's my thing. That's my take on it. Because I'm always trying to listen and learn and understand stuff that I don't necessarily understand. Okay, so anyway, all right. But why am I porting these cylinder heads when they're not even that great of a cylinder head? Well, like I was saying earlier, take what you got and make it better. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. So, if you look here, I've got this socket. Okay, they used to make like pouring templates. Okay, and they were great because you could take and you could take the porting template, you stick it in there, and you could see what you needed to take off, what you didn't. But now I use this big socket. Now, if you look right here, okay, I can't really get the socket down in there. Right here, I can get it right down in there. It just goes all the way down in there. Okay, but I can't go in there. That's a stock intake. Okay, all right, we got this socket right here. We're going to go into the exhaust. Look at there. It goes right in. No hassles. Okay, we'll go over here to the stock one. It doesn't go in all the way. All right, it does, but it's like, I have to really work at it. So, as you can see, right here, there's a big ledge right there. So I'm going to be cutting that sucker down. I'm going to work on this one here a little bit. You can see I worked on this one. I worked on this one. I got to work on this one here a little bit more. Okay? So, a lot of people think that, porting cylinder heads and stuff like this is some sort of wizardry, some sort of black magic. It isn't. It isn't necessarily. What it is, it's just you, getting yourself, a die grinder, whether it's air or electric or whatever, get yourself, a little carbide bit and get in here and start taking out all the roughness. get in these ports, in these chamber, in under these valves here. And why I'm doing this, biggest bang for the buck is right here. That's pocket porting, okay? All right. You also want to come in here in the porch. You want to take care of stuff like, you want to come in here in the porch. You want to take care of these little bumps right here, okay? See, we'll get the light. Maybe yeah. Take care of some of these little bumps and stuff in here inside the ports. And then see that little casting imperfection right there? That little line? You take care of some of that stuff, and see this here in these Mopar cylinder heads, the push rod tube is right there. So what do? I go in here and I shave this down a little bit. I don't take a whole lot off of that because you can break through. But you see right here on this one, I've been working on this one, been working on that one, been working on this one. So you're just working on all of these little imperfections in the ports. Yes, I can go and buy some aluminum cylinder heads off somebody, or some better cast iron heads, But these are heads that I have, and I'm going to make them work, because it's cheaper for me to make these work than it is for me to go and buy some more. Okay? So this is all very low buck. Okay, I'm going to get off here and stop my talking. Okay? So yeah, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to stop my talking and stop BSing, carrying on. And I'm going to do a little bit more work, and hopefully, get a little bit more done here. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, ideas, anything about any of this stuff, just post them down below. Comment section, I will definitely reply and help you out. Okay, as much as I can. Answer your questions as best I can. Okay, I love that interaction, and I thank you very much. So, thank you, and God bless.